Have you ever felt like there's some kind of hidden language to the universe? You know, a secret code running everything behind the scenes? Well, today we're going to dive into a really fascinating theory that says, yeah, there is. And it all boils down to three very specific numbers: 3, 6, and 9.
So, our whole journey kicks off with this incredible quote, which is often credited to the genius inventor Nikola Tesla. Now, he's not just saying these are some interesting numbers, he's making a huge claim that they hold a key to, well, pretty much everything.
So what is the big secret here? What on earth did Tesla and a lot of other people see in these three little digits? Okay, let's get into it.
To really get our heads around this theory, we've got to start with some math. But trust me, it's not going to be complicated. It's actually really elegant, and it shows off this peculiar, unbreakable pattern.
The whole thing really starts with this simple idea called the digital root. Sounds kind of fancy, right? But all it really means is you add up the digits of any number over and over again until you're left with just one single digit.
It's super easy. For instance, let's take the number 29. You just add 2 plus 9. You get 11. That's still 2 digits, so we do it again. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So the digital root of 29 is 2. Simple, right? This is the core technique we're going to be using.
Now check out what happens when we use this on multiplication tables. If you look at the 3 times table, the digital roots create this infinite loop of 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. It just goes on forever. But then you look at the 9 times table, no matter what you multiply it by, the digital root is always 9. Wild, isn't it?
And this right here, it reveals a tale of two different patterns. On one side, you have 3 and 6. They're dynamic, they're always moving, cycling through that pattern. But on the other side, you've got 9. It's like an unshakable anchor, this constant that always returns to itself.
So, this theory takes those mathematical properties and gives them a deeper symbolic meaning. 3, being that initial spark of the pattern, is seen as the creator. 6, the force that keeps the whole cycle going, is the sustainer. And 9, that stable, all-encompassing endpoint, well, that represents the completer.
Okay, so we've got some cool math patterns. That's neat, but how does any of this connect to the divine? Well, to make that leap, the theory uses a very old system to build a bridge, taking us from these abstract numbers into the spiritual world. And that bridge is called the abjad system. It's this ancient numeral system, kind of like a code, where every single letter in the Arabic alphabet has a specific number assigned to it. It's basically a way of translating words into numbers.
So, here's how it works. We take the name Allah and we break it down using these abjad values. The letter Aleph is 1, the 2 Lam letters are each worth 30, and Ha is 5. So you add all of those up and you get a total.
That total is 66. Now, what do we do when we have a 2-digit number? You already know. We find its digital root. So we take that 6. 6 plus 6 gives us 12. All right, we're not down to a single digit just yet, so we've got one more step to go. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And there it is. The name of God, when you run it through this ancient system, comes down to the number 3, the very same number the theory calls the creator. And this is seen as this incredibly powerful link between language, math, and theology. Okay, but if this code is a real thing, it can't just be in old names and multiplication tables, right? It's got to be in the world around us. Well, the people who follow this theory say it is. They believe these patterns are woven into our world, hiding in plain sight. For a perfect example, just take a look at a clock. I mean, you look at one dozens of times a day, but this theory claims it's actually hiding a kind of numerical harmony.
Get this. If you add up the numbers that are directly across from each other on the clock's face, something pretty amazing happens. 12 plus 1 is 13. 11 plus 2 is 13. 10 plus 3, also 13. Every single pair adds up to the exact same number.
So let's just follow the math here. We have 6 pairs of numbers, and each one sums to 13. If you multiply 13 by 6, you get 78. Now find the digital root. 7 plus 8 is 15. Reduce it one last time. 1 plus 5 equals 6. There's that number again, the sustainer popping up from the symmetry of time itself. So, according to this theory, this is absolutely not a coincidence. The argument is that our very concept of time, the system we use every single day, is actually built on top of this divine numerical code. So let's just take a step back for a second. What are we supposed to do with all this? Is it just a series of really cool mathematical coincidences, or is there something more going on here? And that brings us to the big philosophical question. The source material puts it this way: humans can lie, but numbers do not lie. The idea behind that is that math represents this unchangeable, objective truth, something we're all subject to, not something we just invented.
And this leads to a really powerful, almost poetic idea. What if mathematics isn't just a tool we came up with to make sense of the world? What if it's the fundamental language the universe was actually written in from the very beginning? And really, that's the question we're left with. Whether you believe it's some kind of divine design or just the mind-blowing elegance of physics, you really can't deny the patterns are there. So it kind of makes you wonder, if the universe is speaking to us in numbers, what other secrets is it just waiting for us to find?